Well, today we're going to be talking about a major power move for the Cape Independence movement. Does it have the ANC sweating more than an ESCOM technician during load shedding?
When people zone
have our smallanyana skeletons.
Did I hear that correctly? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newsflash. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. The Cape Independence Advocacy Group, or CIAG, has officially notified the South African government that they are taking the fight for Western Cape secession international. That's right. CIAG is packing its bags and heading to the US to lobby for support. And with recent events happening in South Africa, I don't think it's going to be a difficult sell. For the most part, the Western Cape is run by the DA, and at least for the Western Cape DA, they align quite well with the West. But let's hear what Phil Craig, leader of the referendum party, had to say.
The CIAG has today written to the President, the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, and the Western Cape Premier, formally notifying them of our intention to send a delegation to the US to meet with US officials and other politically connected persons. The notification has been made in accordance with legal advice obtained by the CIAG. The delegation is expected to leave in early April, and we're anticipating a very positive reception. Cape Independence would align strongly with the foreign policy aims of the current US administration, and several comments have revealed that it is already on the US's radar. In the notification, the CIAG sets out our objectives in visiting the US, which include both fundraising and diplomatic support for our campaign to force the Western Cape Premier to call a referendum on Cape Independence, as well as contingency plans to hold a private referendum should the Premier continue to refuse to consult the Western Cape people on this matter. We assert at the CIAG that we will be conducting constitutionally protected activities which strengthen rather than subvert constitutional democracy in South Africa, and that we are pursuing Cape Independence legally, peacefully and democratically. However, to avoid any future dispute, the CIAG has offered the President, Minister and Premier 7 days in which to make representations to the CIAG should they believe that the CIAG's proposed activities are not legally permissible.
So what does this all mean? Well, if the CIAG gets this right, it could be international pressure or more international pressure on the ANC to call for a referendum for the Western Cape to secede. And would the US actually recognize the Western Cape as its own country? Yes, I think they would. I mean, after all, they love independence. And it's hard to believe that they wouldn't support a province that wants to break away and be its own country from a very oppressive ANC government. All the CIAG has to do is just walk into Trump's office and be like, listen, the Western Cape people reject everything that the ANC puts out there. We don't agree with the ANC one bit. We don't agree with anything that they do. We hate the load shedding. We hate the corruption. We hate everything that they have done to South Africa. We want to break away. Will you help us? I don't think Trump will say no. But of course, the ANC will probably try their best to keep the Western Cape from breaking away, which could lead to more tensions between the US and the ANC. Chances are they'll dismiss the whole thing as foreign interference plot or blame colonial influences or apartheid or AfriForum because somehow it's always colonialism's fault or the Afrikaner's fault or the white person's fault, even when it's their own incompetence.
Some things never change, even in 30 years.
But here's the part that really takes the cake. These are the same people who will stand on global stages waving Palestinian flags shouting about the right to self-determination and national sovereignty. They'll tell the world that Palestine deserves to be its own country. And yet when people in the Western Cape say, hey, we'd also like the same independence over here, the ANC suddenly turns into a possessive ex. No, you're mine. You're not going anywhere.
Just let it go.
So let's get this straight. Sovereignty for others, yes. Sovereignty for their own people, nah.
hypocrites.
It's like a guy who preaches about healthy eating but is stuffing his face with McDonald's. And look, whether you support Cape Independence or not, there's no doubt that this move is going to garner some major debate. The ANC is going to have to deal with the independence movement or the Cape Independence movement that's no longer a local issue. It's going to become a global issue. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the ANC reacts to this. And ironically, if the ANC keeps saying colonialism, AfriForum, racist, or any of the normal excuses that they come up with, America will then know that the ANC is lying.
Straight up.
Looking forward to seeing how all this unfolds, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think this is a good move for the Cape independence movement? Do you want to see an independent Cape? Or do you think this is all just a terrible idea and it will backfire on someone's face? And while you're down there, leave a like on this video, share it far and wide, and subscribe to the channel. I've got more content coming your way. And don't forget to become a member, ladies and gentlemen. It goes a long way to supporting me and this channel. All the details can be found on the join button below. There's some perks if you're a member as well. And if you can't become a member, that's okay. Please consider giving a super thanks or Sasa thanks as we call them on this channel. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Your Newsflash is in.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys, and it's actually the fact that I'm American and I'm from California, and a lot of you guys don't know that. But...
No man, fuck. Can't you see I'm trying to make a TikTok, yeah? You're all squirrel swak, my boo. Cock.